Hey everyone, I would like to head out on another Hull C mission. There's a few things that I want to try, so we're going to go head out in the Hull C, taking off from Faithful Dream Station. So the contract that I would like to start with today is not Everus, this one, Terra to Magnus. It's a big jump. Let's do that one. And heck, while we're on the road, let's listen to some radio. How about some Starlight, Star Citizen Radio? Here we go.
Last split credits spent on a Dolovine load. Took a risky job, now I'm out on the road. Set my course straight for Crusader. The trouble's on my scope, it ain't looking like a traitor. Sky was looking clear till my HUD burned red. Drake Corsair sitting up ahead. Ain't sending no hail, just passing behind. And I know damn well what that usually implies. Drake on my six, and I ain't got comms. Praying to Maria where'd I set my spawn. Could drop my shields and jump away, but if they got a snare, then I'm here to stay. Cargo bay's full, ain't got much to spare. All my credits went to fuel and beer. If they take my haul, I'm broke as sin. And if they take my life, it was worth trying. So I power up guns, put my hand on the stick. If I go down, I ain't going down quick. Locked on target, sent the missiles through. Then I see the Corsair, oh hell, it's blue. Drake on my six, but he ain't no thief. Now I got a crime stat, and the law's got beef. Pleasures are waiting, and I'm heading inside. Lost my ship, lost my cargo, and I lost my pride. Now I'm burning rocks on Aberdeen, thinking about the creds I'll never see. That Corsair pilot just passing through. Guess I shot first before I thought it through. Drake on my six, guess I thought I knew. Now I'm doing time with the yellow crew. Not every Drake's a pirate, but I tell you this, you best check twice before you let 'em rip. Next time I'll keep my trigger tight. Next time I won't pick no fight. But till then I'll be serving my time, dreaming of a home full of divine.
Thank you, Star Citizen Radio. Alright, we are all loaded up at Terra Gateway, turning around to jump to Magnus.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Oh, I will. And set course. There we go. It's a long jump. I'll shorten it up for you. we go, Magnus Gateway. So we are loaded up with 4,089 SU of processed food.
Hello, and thank you for...
Our friend Biscuits and Gravy is here, was at Terra Gateway just a few minutes ago with us. We might be running the same contract, buddy. Alright, coming in pretty fast, so I'm going to turn myself around and get ready for some forward thrust to slow down. There we go. Coasting on by. A little bit of a boost, slow it down faster. Got another ship coming in. What is that? In the world? Looks like a turret. Or is it a caterpillar pointed straight at us? Alright, let's get moved in close to the cargo deck. Nice and slow. Not that we have any other option. There we go. That ship is rather zippy. What is it? Oh, I think yeah, it's a caterpillar. So nimble. I actually really like my caterpillar. Oh, how convenient is that? Box right in front of me. So, gonna ease on in. Like I've said before, you want to make sure you're as parallel to the sides of the box as you can be. Hull C is rather buggy at the moment, so try to get as parallel as you can. And hold still. Alright, if it does not go, then I like to strafe to the left or to the right. Let's nose down a little bit, get a little more parallel. Try strafing again. Come on. Be patient with it. Come on. Holding X, which is a brake, just in case that triggers it. Let's go ahead and strafe again. Come on, baby. There we go. See, sometimes gotta give it some patience. I know it doesn't always work for everybody, but I hope that maybe those tricks could work for you if you are also a Hull C pilot. Cargo coming off. Nice. Another Hull C pulled in while we were here. I wonder if that's Biscuits and Gravy. Two humongous ships with a lot of cargo right here. That is awesome. Wonder if this pilot has a big blue box pulling into it right now. Alright, cargo is coming off quickly. Hopefully it will process all of it and give us a full payout. Okay, there we go. Let's see if it took everything. About 60 shy, 50. Yeah, 64 shy of dropping off a full load, which means we're not going to get a full payout on this one, unfortunately.
Thank you, and please visit again.
So this is an experienced rank contract, and that's one thing that I wanted to test out today. Let's just see. Yeah, it got all the cargo off, so I'm wondering if the experience rank don't work as well as senior. So let's go to the contract. We're going to need to submit it. We're at 6.168 and 6.699. So yeah, that's about 530,000. So about 75% or so of the payout, unfortunately. The rep did not go up much. It's still about the same. So I'm thinking that in order to really build rep in the senior, you need to be accepting these senior rank contracts. So that's one thing I did want to test out today. The experience rank did not give us a full payout, but let's try a senior rank. 711, that's Terra to Magnus. That's literally what we just did. This one's just a senior rank instead of experienced. I don't necessarily want to go right back to Terra and run that again, but it's kind of the only big option. Yeah. Alright, tell you what, let's go back to Terra, run that again. So, running a senior rank contract this time, and let's see if it does anything different. Alright, back to Terra Gateway, but as you can see up in the top left corner, I am almost out of quantum fuel, or at least I'm not going to have enough to jump all the way to Magnus. So one thing I need to do, I'm closing the spindles right now.
Thank you, and please...
That's weird. One thing I'm going to need to do is refuel, and I want to try something new. I've never refueled by parking on the pads. Docking the Hull C is possible, but can sometimes cause your ship to bug out. So I'd really like to avoid docking, but I do need to refuel, so I'm going to look for a pad. Alright, there we go. Right there is a pad, external pad. So I've never landed a Hull C on a pad before, but let's give it a try, see if it even fits. And if it does, see if it will let me refuel this ship. Drop the landing gear, good. I mean, I should be able to land here. I feel like I've landed a caterpillar on a pad before, but maybe not. Would have been a while ago. Yep, we're gonna fit. Yes. Alright. Let's make sure it's not going to impound the vehicle. Good. Doesn't seem to be causing any problem. Not blocking a loading bay. There we go. Awesome. Hull C fits. Let's go ahead and refuel. See if it works. 17,000 to fill this baby up. Launch sequence complete. What? See, there's quite a few bugs with this ship still. That's a weird thing for it to say. Waiting response. See, it's acting like it paged or hailed. And it did not fill up quantum, so... And it didn't charge me either, so let's go ahead and try again. Charge me that time. Hey, I think it worked. I think it worked. Okay, let's fire the ship up and take off. Quantum fuel at 100%. So hopefully I am not going to find that I'm the victim of the refueling bug here, but hopefully that actually worked. Alright, let's fly over here, load up some cargo. I'm going to extend the cargo spindles as I do so, and heck, let's throw that radio station back on. That's an awesome song from Starlight Radio.
Last lit credits spent on a Dolovine load. Took a risky job, now I'm out on the road. Set my course straight for Crusader. The trouble's on my scope, it ain't looking like a trader. Sky was looking clear till my HUD burned red. Drake Corsair sitting up ahead. Ain't sending no hail, just passing behind. And I know damn well what that usually implies. Drake on my six, and I ain't got comms. Praying to Maria where'd I set my spawn. Could drop my shields and jump away, but if they got a snare, then I'm here to stay. Cargo bay's full, ain't got much to spare. All my credits went to fuel and beer. If they take my haul, I'm broke as sin. And if they take my life, it was worth trying. So I power up guns, put my hand on the stick. If I go down, I ain't going down quick. Locked on target, sent the missiles through. Then I see the Corsair, oh hell, it's blue. Drake on my six, but he ain't no thief. Now I got a crime stat, and the law's got beef. Pleasures are waiting, and I'm heading inside. Lost my ship, lost my cargo, and I lost my pride. Now I'm burning rocks on Aberdeen, thinking about the creds I'll never see. That Corsair pilot just passing through. Guess I shot first before I thought it through. Drake on my six, guess I thought I knew. Now I'm doing time with the yellow crew. Not every Drake's a pirate, but I tell you this, you best check twice before you let 'em rip. Next time I'll keep my trigger tight. Next time I won't pick no fight. But till then I'll be serving my time, dreaming of a home full of divine.
All right, thank you, Star Citizen Radio. Back here at Magnus Gateway, ready to drop off this load. Again, this is a senior rep contract. I'm hoping to find that this one works better than the experienced rank contract, but we'll find out. Come on. Maybe nose down a little more. Oh, there we go. Did not even need to strafe that time. Looks like cargo is coming off. Please take it all. Okay, almost there. All right, let's see. Hopefully it took it everything. Hey, 3216 delivered. Perfect. It took everything and processed the objective as complete. That is fantastic. So maybe that is accurate. Maybe that's something we've learned tonight, is that senior rank contracts work better.
Please visit again.
Let's see. I don't know that it submitted it. We're still at 6.81. Yeah, accepted. It's all there. 6.681 million. Submit. 7.392. Yeah, that's the whole 711,000. So I think that worked great. Awesome. So, lesson learned. I think the senior rep ones work better, and let's see if it's, yeah, and I feel like the rep went up a little bit as well, so that's great. So, all you Hull C pilots out there, I think try to stick to the senior rank contracts if you are there, because from my experience, I do think they work better and are less buggy, which is odd, but seems true. Let's see. The only senior rank one I have down here is Terra to Magnus again. I really don't want to do that a third time for the night, that trip. I don't know. Let's get crazy. Maybe let's pick up one of these other types. How about this one? Senior rank. This has us picking up at 3 different planet-side stations, or planet orbit stations, and delivering to Everus Harbor. Oof, Everus makes me nervous. But, you know what? What the heck, let's try it. I've never done a Hull C mission where you have to pick up from a few different locations and drop off at one, so I don't know if it works. We will find out. Looks like Crusader is the closest to Magnus Gateway, so let's go there first. That would make the most sense, I think. I really do love this ship. This thing's awesome. I don't know why it has so many seats and beds, though. I think maybe that'll come into play when it's in engineering, when engineering comes into the game later, but for now it's fairly soloable. Alright, here is Seraphim Station over Orison. Here to pick up our first load of waste that will eventually go to Everus. Alright, first hail gave us a box. There it is, ways over there. Make sure I don't run into a turret. Ease on in. I think it's only about 140 or 170 SU that I'm picking up here, so it probably will load very quickly once it goes. There it goes. Alright, already done. Hopefully it actually loaded. Let's get out of the box and check here. Yeah, cargo on that front right spindle. And front bottom. Okay, well, we picked up some waste from Seraphim. First objective complete. Let's move on to the next station. Jumping to ArcCorp, and we'll pick up at Beijini Point over Area 18. I actually don't think I've been to ArcCorp, Beijing, or Area 18 for a long time. Prior to the last few weeks in this patch, I've been spending most of my time in Pyro. There we go, let's ease on in. It's been nice to be back in Stanton for a little while and running cargo again. Cargo is where I really started my roots as a Star Citizen pilot. So it's been fun to... Oh, there we go. That was quick. And transfer paused. Maybe I moved a little bit. Hold nice and still. Strafe a little bit. Okay, now it's saying complete. Or nope, it's transferring. Now we're complete. Yep, okay, complete. I was saying it's nice to be doing some cargo again. I haven't done cargo for a long time until just recently, and I really do enjoy cargo. It's a nice relaxing gameplay loop. Nice look at ArcCorp down there. Alright, jumping to Microtech to Port Tressler, but I am looking at my fuel level and worried about refueling. With cargo on, I'd really only be able to refuel by docking, and docking can create some major bugs right now, is what I've heard. I actually haven't experienced that, but it's enough of a worry for me that I don't want to refuel by docking, so I'm going to jump over here. Jumping over to Hurston to Everus Harbor and drop off the first 2 loads. Hopefully that will work and won't cause much of a problem. And then I'll refuel at Everus. Alright, Everus Harbor. Over Hurston. Everus always makes me nervous because so many other Hull C pilots say that Everus just fails them all the time. So I've been lucky with Everus so far, but I'm feeling worried about this just because I've never done a split load where I picked up at multiple spots and then come to Everus. So fingers crossed this actually works. Not a good start. Maybe I'm not close enough. Get a little closer. So I'm planning to drop these first 2 loads from Seraphim and Beijing, and then land on the pad here at Everus and refuel before continuing on to Port Tressler. But this isn't working yet. Come on, Everus. Come on. Making me nervous here. You know what, I feel like I was over on this other side all the times I've had any success with Everus. Let me get over here and see if, for whatever reason, that works. I feel like they're asleep in there, goofing around at work and not answering my call. Come on, Cargo Center, pick up. Keep trying. Oh, there we go. Where's my box? Last time I was here, it came in right above me, but I didn't see it there. Alright, maybe it's on the other side. Let's move over the top here and see if we can see it. I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. What in the world? How did I miss that? That should have been in my view. Alright, come on, Everus. Please do not fail me. With a senior rank cargo contract on the line, I really do not want this to fail, as there's plenty of people that have had their rep completely stripped. Okay, it's taking cargo. What? It only took 43 SCU. No way. Come on. Take more. Come on. Well, crap. What to do, what to do. Let me pull out of the box, try to hail them again, and see if we can get them to take more. Also, let's just check. Did more come off than 43? Nope. There is still a lot of cargo on the spindles. Come on, Everus. Alright, take everything else this time. Come on. Come on. Here we go. No. It was acting like it was going to take more, and then it did not. It's only taking 43 and not taking any more. Crap. Well, this might be another lesson learned, is that Everus just sucks for the Hull C right now. This is not great. It also happens to be a free fly going on, which I wonder if that makes it worse, maybe? What to do, what to do. You know what, maybe I will jump away from Everus and then jump back and try again, just see if that resets anything. It's worth a shot, right? Gotta do anything to try to get this cargo off. Hopefully that's far enough. Loading area revoked, so I think that hopefully reset it over there at Everus. Come on. That one. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm not going to clip most of this out because I want you to see all of this, just in case there's anything I do that is potentially helpful, or at least we can commiserate together in the bugs the Hull C is currently experiencing. Alright, Everus. Let's make it happen this time. Take the rest of it. Come on. Oh, there we go. Where's my box? There you are, right below me. Perfect. Okay, fingers crossed. I think this is my last attempt before going to a backup plan to save the rep. If this doesn't work, I think what I will do, I know one option would be to... Ah, crap, it didn't work. Okay, well, one option I know to try to not lose your rep. The worst thing you can do right now, if you are a Hull C pilot and this is happening to you, is going into your contracts and hitting submit. That would kill your rep. Do not do that. I could log out and it would, without submitting it, and that would help. But you know what? I want to play the long road here and figure it out. So I jumped over to Faithful Dream Station and stopped about 75 clicks outside of the station. I'm going to put in the work and get this cargo delivered, even though there's an easier way out of this, but let's do this. I'm far enough away from the station that I should be okay, and I'm going to put my max lift here so that when I come back, it's ready. And let's leave myself a death marker. There we go. That way I can find my way back to this beautiful ship. Alright. Pulling up a ship that can handle this contract and finish this. Hopefully take it all the way through. The Crusader C2 Hercules Starlifter. Great ship. Sporting the nice green camo livery. Alright, so I left the Hull C about 75 clicks from the station. Close enough it's not going to take too long, but far enough away that most other players are just going to leave it alone. It also just has waste. Alright, that didn't take long at all, just a minute or so. And there she is. Okay, I parked nice and close. The plan is to offload the rest of this cargo from the Hull C into the C2. And then I'll go pick up the rest from over at Port Tressler and deliver this to Everus to fulfill the contract. Kovalex needs their cargo haulers to work hard. Let's do this. Alright. Thank you, body. Alright, there's the max lift. Here we go. Let's pull this stuff off. The spindles. Ooh, that rotates fast in space. Alright. And get it close to the C2. I'm going to get everything off the spindles and sitting in front of the C2 first, and then I'll pull it into the C2 after that. Oh, it's drifting. Stay. Awesome. It shouldn't take too long to get this off. They're all 32s. think I got them all off. Didn't take too long. Yes, this is a pain in the butt, having to finish a contract this way that you started with the Hull C, but you know what? It's alright. We're gonna finish this thing. All these boxes sitting in front of the C2 shouldn't take too long to load up. Come on in. Put it back in the back, so we'll have plenty of room up here in the front to pick up from Port Tressler as well. Alright, last one I think. There we go, let's just double check that I got all of them. Don't want to accidentally leave one here. Okay, looks clear. Let's get on our way. Alright, pulling into Port Tressler around Microtech over New Babbage. There we go. Let's get landed in this large hangar and pick up the rest of this cargo. I feel like the C2 is sitting forward a little bit. That's been a pretty common thing with the ship. They have a hard time keeping this thing sitting flat on its landing gear. Alright, there's the last of our cargo. And of course we've got this bug that doesn't let you grab the cargo. Alright, there we go. Kind of an annoying bug with this patch, so I'm going to get everything out of the freight elevator from down here first, and then pull it into the ship. Alright. Now I should be able to grab everything from up here in the cargo deck. Alright, last one. Last 32 SU box of waste. Okay, let's get on our way to Everus Harbor. Alright, Everus, I'm back with all the rest of this cargo, and we'll be unloading it the max lift way.
Landing gear down.
There we go, that should work right there. go. Let's get this all unloaded. It'll take a minute. Okay, it's all unloaded. Time to throw it down and finish this dang contract. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long day. I need to go bedlog in real life. Well, thanks for watching. I learned some things in this one. So the senior contracts may be better with the Hull C. You can refuel a Hull C on a pad. Everus sucks, like everyone says, and multiple pickup contracts may be quite buggy.